Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like, and share. Just want to give a great big shout out from the heart to all of the first responders who have and who has responded during the big fire that we had here in California that we still have going on today. Today is January the 9th, 2025. The fire is still active. It is still hot and it's still ravaging throughout Southern California and Ventura County, claiming the property of hundreds of people. Thousands of people homes have already been destroyed, and hundreds, even since yesterday, have still been destroyed. Look, I just want to say thank you for putting your life on the line. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for working the long hours that you put in to ensure our safety. The fire department, the police departments, medical department, health and wellness, counseling, and those in government, and those people on the back end, the volunteers, a lot of people who don't get the recognition that you deserve. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My heart goes out to you. Thank you for all that you've done. The area in the northern part of Southern California, or shall I say the northern part of Los Angeles, where I live in, thankfully we were not impacted for two reasons. One, because first and foremost, because the wind subsided and slowed down on yesterday, the 8th, and causing the fire not to travel so far so fast. Because you got to think, in 90 to 99 miles per hour, 100 mile per hour wind and higher. Think about if you were driving in an automobile and you were driving 100 miles per hour. Then how far would you have gone in 1 hour? 100 miles, right? So how far is it from, let's say, the city of Los Angeles to Castaic or up to Lancaster or Palmdale? You know, how long does it take to get to Palmdale or Lancaster from Woodland Hills or from the Palisades or from Altadena or wherever, 100 miles per hour. That stuff can get there just like that. Which reminds me, the family that I talked about in my last video, I remember listening to the wife, and she spoke, and she said, we saw the fire on the hill, and we thought that they had it contained, and we just decided to stay there. And within a few minutes, that fire was right on them, and they had to grab whatever they had and get out of there and leave the rest behind, which was destroyed. So look, we have to be proactive, put a go bag in place. Know where your medication is. Know where your important documents are. Put those in a place so if you need to pick them up and run, you just grab them. Your passport, your birth certificate, your marriage license, and things of that nature. Life insurance policies, home insurance policies. If you have a trust in the form of a document or documents rather, then you need to make sure that you can get your hands on those things and get out very quickly, because we never know. You saw it in the videos. If you looked at the news, you saw that cars were being bulldozed out of the way because people were trying to get out, and all of them decided to go at one time. And the highway is designed to deal with a certain capacity of people. So you can't get 100,000 people, just pulling out on, on a highway at one time, right? You can't do that. You gotta have so many people a few people going out. So therefore, it's also important to heed the warnings when you get those from the officials when they put it on the news and say, hey, this area has been affected by this storm. It's gonna flood. It's gonna be a potential earthquake or volcano or flooding or landslide or what area you live in, tsunami or whatever it is. Get up and be ready to go. Go, go, go. We live in a fast-paced world today anyway, so we have that mindset to get up and go. And so sometimes if we take too long to move, they say you study long, you study wrong, and you get caught up in that bottleneck, and you got hundreds of thousands of people trying to get through an area at one time, it creates what we call a bottleneck. And in that funnel, only so many people can go through at one time, causing people to be left behind. And just like you saw in the news, the reason why those cars were being bulldozed is because they could not get out in time. They had to get out, abandon their vehicles, take what they could on their shoulders and get out of there. See, whereas if you had moved sooner, you'd have had the opportunity to get through. Case in point, yesterday, they had the area that I live in, they had us under evacuation standby. So we were just waiting for the word. But I left hours before, hours. In the wee hours of the morning, about 4:30 that morning, I got out of there and I went to another area where I was safer at, because I didn't know if that fire was going to come into my area, and I didn't want to get stuck in this area and could not move. And some of us, we stay until the last minute and decide, this is where I live at. My memories are here. I made my babies here. I got married. This is our first house. Or my parents lived in this house. My parents are no longer with us, and they left this house to me. It's just a house. It's just things. It can be replaced. You can replace the cars. You can replace the home. You can't replace the sentimental things. I get it. But you got to choose your life or a photograph. Your life or some ribbon that you got in the military, some pin that you got to put on your uniform. Your life or your wedding gown or your wedding tux. Your life or maybe the bedroom that you had your child in if you were born inside of a house with a midwife. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that things can be replaced, but you cannot be replaced. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Don't think twice about it. Take what you can get. And if you start early, you can take even more. I hope that out of all of the things that you take, first, you will take my advice and you will move forward. My heart goes out again to those individuals who lost their lives, who lost their home, who lost their memories, right? But for those individuals who lost those homes, but still, and they lost the home, lost the memories, lost those precious things and heirlooms, that you still have your life and that you can rebuild. So let's get back to rebuilding California. Let's continue to reform that which we've lost. But in the meantime, it starts right here with you. I hope that this video has helped you in some type of way. And if it has, be sure to subscribe to my channel, like, and share. Take care of yourself and each other. And I'll talk to you again on the next video.